today's class on online maths hub, we have this simple Olympiad problem for us to solve on the board. It is actually a system of equation which we are going to be solving right now, and it is just very simple. All you just need to do is make sure you follow through in the step-by-step process we're going to be taking to solve this problem. You actually see that it is not really difficult. So, and of course, if at any point you're getting value in the video, you can actually do well to like the video and also subscribe to our channel. Turn on the notification icon so that whenever we upload new content, you will actually get to know about it. And of course, having said that, we are going to proceed with the solvings right here. Okay, so I just write my solution right here. Now I'm going to repeat the question. So we have x raised to the power y is equal to y raised to the power x minus y. And then the second one, x raised to the power x is equal to y raised to the power 12y. So this is the system of equation. Now, for the sake of referencing, let's term this one equation 1, and then we'll term this one equation 2. So we've numbered it equation 1 and equation 2. So the next thing we want to do right here is to begin to simplify. So from equation 1, I'm going to just take the lane of all the questions right there, both equation 1 and equation 2. So let me just do that. From equation 1, so we have that if you take the lane y, lane x is equal to x minus y, lane y. So this one is going to give you, if you take the lane of both sides, and then moving forward, you actually see that our lane x is equal to x minus y divided by this y, lane y. So this is what we have. So we can number this one equation 3. Okay, so we now go to equation 2. So let's say from equation 2, what we have there is taking the lane. We have that x lane x is equal to 12y lane y. This is what we are going to have. And so what we are going to do now is we want to substitute, because we've actually gotten our lane x here, so we want to substitute this lane x right in this one. So if we number this one equation 4, we now say put equation 4 in equation 3. Okay, so I'll proceed there. If we do that, we have x into our lane x is actually x minus y divided by y, or multiplied by lane y. I think that's what we have. So this is our x, and that is multiplying the other lane x. Okay, and it is equal to, so I'm going to write the right hand side, which is 12y lane y. Okay, so that's what we are having right there. So what I'm going to do is I want to bring this one over to this side, and of course if we do that, we are going to have x into brackets x minus y divided by y lane y minus 12y lane y is equal to 0. So that is what we have at that point. So what we are going to do again, we want to simplify further by just factorizing lane y, and if we do that, what we are going to be having is x into x minus y divided by y minus 12y, and then of course it's all going to be multiplied by lane y, and it is equal to 0. So at this point, you now see that we have two factors that are multiplying themselves, and the product is actually equal to 0. And of course, you understand the rule that says that if a dot b is equal to 0, this can only work if either a is equal to 0 or b is equal to 0. So we are going to use this rule right there. And then we start by saying that if, taking the first one, if lane y is equal to 0, what do we say about lane x? So, and now if you come over to this place where we've gotten our lane x, so if we substitute 0 for lane y, you see that the whole of lane x will also be equal to 0, because whatever this one is actually going to be multiplied by 0, and the result will still give us 0. So we say that then lane x will also be equal to 0. I hope you are getting it now. And if lane y is 0 and lane x is 0, what can we say about x? Of course, what we are going to just do is we take the exponent of all of this, and so that the exponent will take away the length, and then we are left with our y, and then exponent of 0 will give us 1. So what we are going to have is, therefore our y will be equal to 1, because if you take the exponent, it cancels length, so 1 is left, and then exponent of 0 is really 1, and then exponent of 0 the other side will also give us 1. So you see that how it is happening. If this holds, if our length y is equal to 0, then we are going to have that our x and y will be equal to 1. So taking the second case, if all of these things that are inside the bracket, what if they are the one that is equal to 0? So let's say if x into, so let's put it this way, x minus y divided by y length, okay, minus 12y is equal to 0. So what are we going to have? This now implies that we want to open that bracket, that x, if you multiply this x, you will have x squared minus this times this will give us xy, and let's just split the y for all of them. Okay, so this is what we are going to be having, and it is equal to 0. Okay, so that's what we have at that point. What we are going to do again is, so that we actually make it, we actually have it in form of a quadratic equation, we are going to divide through by y, so that we now have our 12 to be the constant of the quadratic equation. So if we do that, dividing everything by y, we are going to be having that this is actually going to give us x raised to power 2, and then the y that is divided will multiply this out, we have y squared, okay, x squared divided by y squared minus s y divided by the y that is dividing this one, will have it y squared, and then it is equal to 12, or rather minus 12 is equal to 0. Okay, so that is what we have at this point. I'm going to clean here, and then we shall proceed at this point. Okay, now continuing from here, what we are going to be having is x squared divided by y squared minus, so this y can cancel one y here, and then we are left with one y over there. So we now have x divided by y minus 12 is equal to 0. So that is what we have at this point, and clearly you can see that this is a quadratic equation, and we're going to be solving it quadratically. So we just look for two factors of so if we multiply this, what we are looking for is two factors of minus 12 x squared y squared. So we look for two factors of this, that when we add it, is actually going to give us minus x divided by y, and it is not far-fetched. You see that minus 4 over y, okay, minus 4x over y minus 3x over y. If you multiply these two factors, okay, this one of it has to be plus, okay, because of this. Now if we multiply these two factors, it's actually going to give us this, the product will give us this one, because 4 times 3 is actually 12, minus times plus will give us minus, and then x over y times x over y will give us x squared over y squared, and then if you sum both of them, it's actually going to give you this. So we are now going to replace this factor here by these two factors. Okay, so I'm going to do that on the next step. Okay, now doing that, what we have, the equation will now turn to be x squared divided by y squared minus 4x over y plus 3x over y minus 12 is equal to 0. So we can see we have actually factorized that, so we can also factorize further, and you can see that x over y is common, so we can bring it out, x over y into here we have x over y minus 4 plus 3 is common here, so we bring out 3, x over y minus 3, the factorized from 12 is actually going to give us 4, and it is equal to 0. So here you can clearly see that x over y plus 3 into x over y minus 4 is equal to 0, and that is going to tell us that our x over, from here, x over y is equal to minus 3 from here, or x over y is equal to 4. Now, but don't forget the condition for this equation is that x and y are positive. And so if that is the case, this cannot be the solution because x and y are positive. So we are not going to be considering this. Therefore, x will now be equal to, from here, 4y. So this is what we have. And if we name this equation 5, we are now going to put it on the equation we named 4. Okay. Now equation we named 4 was like this. Ln x is equal to x minus y divided by y ln y. Okay, so this was the equation we named equation 3. Okay, so if we name this one equation 4, equation 5, this was our equation 3. So we say, let me just remind us. So we say put equation 5 in equation 3, and that's what we have there. So what we are now going to have is that ln 4y, because our x is equal to 4y, is equal to, so we say 4y minus y is actually going to give us 3y, and then y we cancel y there. So we have 3 ln y right there. So this is what we have, and then at this point we can actually take this one to the other side. So we have that ln 4y is equal to ln y cube. So that's what we have. I'm going to clean here to also continue. Okay, continuing here, we have that. So what we are going to do is also to take the exponent of both sides, and if we do that, we are going to be left with 4y is equal to y cube. And at this point, y can divide this. We now see that 4 is equal to y squared, which implies that our y is going to be equal to 2, because since our x and y is positive, so in this case, since our y is positive, so that's what we have. Because our y is positive, y will only be equal to 2. And so since we've gotten our y to be equal to 2, we now come to equation 5. So from equation 5, our x is now equal to 4 times 2, which is equal to 8. So we've gotten our x and our y. Don't forget, when ln y is equal to 0, we had that our x is equal to 1, and then our y is equal to 1. But when this factor becomes 0, we are now having that our x is equal to 8, and then our y is equal to 2. So we are now going to generate our system of solution right here. That is where, okay, therefore the system has 2 solutions, so which is equal to x equal to 1, y equal to 1, or the next solution is x equal to 8 and y equal to 2. And so that is how you can actually solve this problem here. So you can use any of the solutions and input for values of x and y here, and you're actually going to be getting that it actually satisfies this equation right here. And of course, that is where we are going to be wrapping it up. Ensure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, so that when we release new content, you will actually get to know about it. And of course, if you have any question, if there's any step you don't understand, you can always drop in the comment box, and I'll surely explain further for you. So thank you so much, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye.